Hey, this is DJ. I'm gonna show some more power ores set up in WoW on my Demon Hunter. This video we're gonna look at setting up labels so that you can take into your brain how much damage your different abilities do. Um, it's kind of ambiguous to me. I know that like often you know that there's a heavy hitter and then a not very damaging thing that you're using to build up, in this case, Fury. But I don't really know what the weighting is or how much these do. And it changes a lot over time, so you'll have to update these numbers, but you might just for a little while just to kind of understand the ratios. So let's dig right in, /PA. Let's go to header. Well, no, let's just make a new one. Let's see what has defensives. Okay, I'm going to just put it in defensives. Let's rename this defensives plus labels. Okay, new. Let's test all. Let's go down to this one. Let's first change it to a text. And the damage this guy does is 2.5k roughly. Increases your dodge. So I'll type in to the text field 2.5k. I will lower this position Y. Oh, something's got a timer up here that's. Where do we go? Let's reset this. Okay, let's lower it. Move it over. Hey, my mouse has been acting weird today. Okay, kind of center it on this guy. 90. Great. Let's make it smaller. We don't need this to be dominant information. Just, when you look to see, you can read it. So we're going to put the opacity pretty darn low. Let's go 25 to start. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so it is not showing up now. Edit. We want this not to be a buff with no name, but just a static aura. It's always there. But we only want it happening in combat. Still not. Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. So 2.5k. It'd be cool if when you hit it, a little 2.5k came up. But, it's going to crit and have other numbers. But really, the point is just to show you kind of the ratios between these, so you kind of understand those differences. So let's just dupe it a couple more times. Copy. We're just going to sort of go backwards through the primary ones. Copy, copy. Let's show them all. Edit. Let's get them positioned. Okay, those aren't exactly lined up, but close enough. So for this one, we're going to have, it might make sense to actually sort of reorder these. Let's do that. That one on the last guy. Great. I won't confuse myself. Okay, so this first one is for this. This is 1.4k. This guy is 1.9k. So I guess you want to use that over the glaives. So the glaives give you throw demonic glaive, ricochet 2 additional enemies. I think doing full damage on each of them. 1, 2. So one of them critted. So this one, although the number is smaller than this, if you have multiple targets, it gives you sort of an AoE type deal. So let's call it 1.4k plus AoE. Or let's just leave it 1.4k plus. Okay, so this guy is 1.9. This guy is 3.3. Has a chance to refund Fury. That's pretty good. But its damage is 3.3k. So that does more damage than this guy. Strike for 6,000 damage. All nearby enemies for 2.5k. And dodge. So, okay. 6k plus 2.5k AoE. 6k plus. So we'll just say, it does plus means extra AoE stuff. So this is, oopsie, what's the altitude? So that's 299. Let's just make these all 300. Okay, so that's part of the point of this exercise too, is really just to get you to re-examine what your buttons do. You kind of get in the habit of, considering order, but not really understanding that some things correlate and buffs happen and so on. So this sort of drills that into your head a little bit. All right, so next up, let's go to immolation, and then I-beam. So we're going to copy this one to the same place. We'll move it up and over a little. Come on, weird mouse. Okay, good. So this does 1,000 fire damage AoE and 394 a second. Okay. So 1k plus 390 for a second. That's a little over descriptive, but fuck it. The 1k of there is now missing. Oh geez. Come on, mouse. Don't be a dummy. All right, and then I-beam. We will raise up. Take over a little bit. And this one is 8k over 2 seconds. Your primary target takes 50% increased damage. Oh, I didn't know it debuffed them. Okay, so 8k. And we'll adjust the position. All right, now none of them are showing up. Let's take a look at why. Edit. In combat, alive. Yes. That seems right. There we go. I guess we weren't in combat for that moment. All of these should be behind in combat things, so you get, nothing otherwise. And they're not, so I'll go and run through and check that box for all of these. Bummer I didn't do that earlier and let it propagate. You don't want this on the screen at all times, just when you're in fights, and that's when you need it. All right, so that is how you set up labels. This sort of will lead into the next video where we show sort of order pulsing and animation for emphasis. All right, this is DJ. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.